What's up guys? So this week I pulled in my 1982 AMC Eagle. A few months ago I made a video where I bought 3 abandoned Eagles all for $1,000. This car sat outside in the woods for roughly about 13 years, collecting nothing but organic matter down the side, pine needles in all the cracks, and a lot of mold on the inside. So what we're gonna do this week with the car is we're gonna detail it all up top to bottom, get this thing polished up, get all that mold on the interior gone, and then we're gonna put it up for sale and see what I could get for it. Let's open up all the doors and check it out and see what condition it's in and what kind of a project we got ahead of us. All right, so first looks on the interior, it's pretty filthy and the carpet's even faded a little bit here. We definitely have a lot of mold on the interior. There's mold all over the door panels. There's mold all over the dash here. Doesn't look like we have any cracks in the dash. We don't have any cracks in the plastic anywhere. It has the AC in here. By the looks of it, the seats are kind of rusty, so we're gonna leave them in. We're not gonna pull them. For 1982, this was a lot of luxury, except for you don't have power windows, which I'm surprised it doesn't have power windows because it's got power seats. I think this interior will clean up really nice and we can make this car look pretty presentable to whoever I'm selling it to. All right, so first looks at the engine bay. It is absolutely filthy in here. It's actually even moldy in here. We got tons of pine needles everywhere. Mice have probably been running in and out of here. I'm sure if we take this air cleaner off, there's gonna be a mouse nest in here. It never fails. They run right up in here, make a home, and this is the perfect little home for you to stay in. So what I'm gonna do is clean this all up, degrease it down. There's a lot of grease all over this motor, and then we'll throw a battery in it, get this all cleaned out, put a fuel source to it, and then see if we get it to fire up. What's cool about these Eagles is that they're 4-wheel drive. Not all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. So you could put it into 2-wheel or you could put it into 4-wheel, just like a truck. That was the first station wagon and sedan, because they made 2-door versions of these, to ever hit America that had 4-wheel drive. So by the looks of the tag, it says 2007. So that's about almost 20 years ago. That's 18 years ago. I thought it was 13 years because the gold one, the other one that I got, sat for 13 years, but this one actually sat for much longer. And I do know that the story when this guy parked this car 18 years ago, the leaf spring in the back broke, and that's why he parked it. And that's why I have it on a jack stand, because if I don't have it on a jack stand, the whole car just sags down to that corner and it looks terrible. So whoever buys this car is gonna have to use that parts car to put new leaf springs on it, or they could just get brand new leaf springs. You'll probably need new brakes, all that good stuff. You know, it's a car that's been sitting. So it's a project, but it's actually all there, and it's in decent enough shape. Now the car's paint is not perfect. It has a little bit of patina, but that's okay. I think the patina actually, once we polish this all up, the patina is gonna look pretty cool. All right, so we did a quick little look around the car and it is filthy. So we got a heck of a project ahead of us. On the passenger side over there, the paint is super faded, almost like a boat. It's almost faded out like a gel coat. It's got the chalkiness on the outside. So I'm super excited to get this thing polished and see what it turns out to be, because I know with the single stage, it always comes out good. You've seen all my videos. I'm gonna grab the vacuum and go ahead and start vacuuming all these cracks, get all these pine needles and all the junk off of the top of the car, and then we're gonna go ahead and start washing it. So enough said, let's get into this detail. ground mice in here at all. All right, so we got the Eagle all washed up, the engine bay degreased and rinsed down, and now I'm gonna go ahead and polish the paint. And as you could tell, now that it's dry, it is super faded. This is gonna be one heck of a transformation. I'm gonna grab my buffer right now and some compound, and we're gonna start on the hood and get this thing all shined up. So for the trim on the side of the doors, this is the factory trim, but this trim is aftermarket, so I'm gonna peel this off with a tool and then get that adhesive off, and then we can polish the door. I don't like how this looks, and also it's peeled off on the back, so there's no point to have it on. All right, so I'm finished with the exterior, got it all shined up, and it's a huge turnout, and I can't wait to show you at the end. So now we're gonna start on the interior. I'm gonna grab the vacuum, go ahead and vacuum this all out. There's a lot of little chunks everywhere, and then we'll go ahead and scrub all the plastics, the seats, shampoo the carpet, and see what we can make out of this interior. It's all in really good shape, so I think it's gonna turn out nice, and I'm excited to see how it does turn out. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a vacuum and a mask right now and get started on this. All right, so I got the whole thing cleaned up inside and out. Now we're gonna see if we get it started. I'm gonna go get a battery, throw it in there, see if we get some power to it, and then see what happens from there. We'll check all the fluids, see if there's oil in it. Hopefully it doesn't need a starter like the other one. So I'm gonna go grab the battery and we'll see what happens. Oh. Nothing? What the, God. With a little extra juice, let's see if it'll start. All right, so I did not get the Eagle started. I'm pretty sure it just needs a starter. It's doing the exact same thing as the last Eagle. The last Eagle, I ended up putting a new starter on it, started right up, and I did have one extra starter that I pulled from my Wagoneer that wasn't working, but that it ended up actually working eventually when I tested it. When I just tested it now, it didn't want to work, so we're not putting it on. And I don't want to go spend $200 on a new starter anyways right now, not on this car, because this car needs a little bit more. This would make a really good project for somebody. So now I'm going to take some photos and put this on Facebook Marketplace, get it sold, and I'm going to make it a package deal with the silver Eagle in the back. Whoever buys this car is going to need that silver car to make this car complete. For a car that's been sitting in the woods for 18 years, this turned out really nice. So now let me show you the results. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next week.